Chapter 1, Cultural Geography. There's always a geographer in us. We are curious about the different places and people, and ever since we've been on the planet, we think in terms of territory and space. Humans are very territorial. Every place on Earth is unique, but does share characteristics with other places. This helps to form regions, and these regions are tools to geographers. Geographers define the concept of region as a grouping of similar places or of places with similar characteristics. Geographers explain these regions precisely and then answer what, where, why, and how of these regions. Geography has worked on thousands of years ago by the traders and the empire builders for commerce and conquest. To begin with, people used to travel and would write travelogue, as well would write about the places. It was formally developed during Greek period. The geography word itself is a Greek word, which means literally to describe the earth. However, ancient geographers went beyond description and soon began to ask questions about why cultures and environments differ from place to place, leading to the study of what today we call geography. So geography can be defined as the study of spatial patterns and of differences and similarities from one place to another in environment and culture. So it is about studying the spatial pattern, and as humans interact with the environment, we create a variety of patterns. So those patterns are being studied by geographers, not only in terms of description, even it gets into what, why, how, what if, etc. Geography has two divisions, physical and human. Physical part of geography deals with the physical aspect of the planet, and human part of the geography deals with the human aspect. Now, culture or cultural geography actually belongs to the human geography stream of geography. Culture is learned collective human behavior, a total way of life held in common by a group of people, including such learned features as speech, ideology, behavior, livelihood, technology, government, etc. In fact, what we get to see about culture and think about culture is tip of an iceberg. Culture is something which we are carrying with us all the time. So it's kind of an unseen baggage we carry wherever we go. In short, culture is the local, customary way of doing things. So it's nothing but an entire way of life. Culture is a continuous process in which people are actively engaged. It's dynamic and never internally homogeneous. Culture keeps on changing and we keep on learning. Since this is a learned pattern, this is a learned behavior, we keep on picking up cultural traits from different groups of people as well. We also change within the same culture. That makes it dynamic. And this is never homogeneous internally because humans are different. So we would have a group where we can have people living in more or less same cultural pattern, but if we break it down to individuals, we all would have different traits in us. In a nutshell, it's a continuous process in which humans are born. We are never born with a culture. It's a dynamic process and it is never internally homogeneous. Cultural geography describes and analyzes the ways language, religion, economy, government, and other cultural phenomena are different or remain same from one place to other. Cultural geography is at heart a celebration of human diversity or study of differences among peoples. Cultural geography is part of human geography, so it deals with humans. Cultural diversity depends on wide array of factors. Some of these involve the physical environment like climate, vegetation, soil, etc. Even when we depend on physical environment, we do bring some kind of human element to it. So that gets expressed through the cultural grooming of a group living in an area. Example, wheat production in an area or any kind of agricultural production in an area not only depends on the climate of the area but also includes the technology, which is a human aspect. So cultural geography brings out interaction of human and environment and leads to the study of how humans have been living in an area and grooming themselves culturally. There are 5 themes in cultural geography: cultural region, cultural diffusion, cultural ecology, cultural interaction, and cultural landscape. Regions are the tools of geographer, as mentioned before. So when we define or make regions based on cultural factors, that's called cultural regions. Cultural diffusion meaning spreading of cultural ideas, concepts, material part, non-material part, etc. Cultural ecology is interaction with environment. So how a culture is being groomed, or a group of people is being groomed by interacting with the environment. Cultural interaction is how the elements of cultures are interacting with each other, as well how culture A has been interacting with culture B. And cultural landscape, which means human imprint on the ground. How are we creating or shaping or reshaping the land around us? For example, University of Akron is cultural landscape. Nature did not make University of Akron, but it did give us a piece of land on which we developed University of Akron. Even though the themes can be identified separately, but I would like to mention that they are all interrelated. These themes give a common structure to each chapter and are stressed throughout the book, which means that all the cultural elements would actually be studied under these 5 themes all over the course.